WNBA Rookie of the Year Caitlin Clark set to participate in LPGA golf event in November. Apparently not satisfied with becoming one of the dominant forces in the WNBA, 2024 Rookie of the Year Caitlin Clark is set to compete in a Pro-Am golf event in November. The Indiana Fever superstar will appear at the Annika, the penultimate tournament on the LPGA Tour hosted by golf legend Annika Sorenstam from November 11th to 17th. As well as playing in the Pro-Am event on November 13th, Clark will also feature as a panelist at the Women's Leadership Summit the day before as part of the event in Florida. I love golf, so the opportunity to play in the Pro-Am for a tournament with a legend like Annika Sorenstam's name on it is so exciting, the 22-year-old said in a release. I'm looking forward to seeing all the LPGA players on the driving range, being part of the Women's Leadership Summit, and, of course, teeing it up in the Pro-Am with Annika. This will not be the first time that Clark has tried her hand at the sport, having played in a Pro-Am event at the John Deere Classic in July 2023 alongside Ludwig Aberg and 2023 U.S. Ryder Cup captain Zach Johnson. Clark and her team finished 5 under par that day. The rookie has just completed a historic season in the WNBA. Having been selected by the Fever as the #1 overall pick in the 2024 draft, Clark broke the league record for assists in a single season with 337, as well as the record for most three-pointers made by a rookie, with 122. Clark's performances helped the Fever make the postseason for the first time in 8 years, where they were swept by the Connecticut Sun in the first round. I have been following Caitlin's career during college and now on the WNBA stage, and what she is doing to bring attention to women's sports both on and off the court is outstanding, said Sorenstam. I'm excited to meet Caitlin and for her to join us at Pelican Golf Club in November in what will be an exciting week for women's sports. For more CNN news and newsletters, create an account at CNN.com. Caitlin Clark recalls what led her to Iowa over Notre Dame. Caitlin Clark narrowed down her initial college choices early on, but she ultimately chose Iowa over Notre Dame in the end. Of course, you know the rest of the story. But it would have been fascinating to see Clark play for the Fighting Irish, and she was close to heading to South Bend. However, a feeling in her gut told her to play for the Hawkeyes, just a bit closer to home. I basically narrowed it down pretty early on, Clark said on New Heights. When I was going through my college recruitment, I wanted to be like in the Midwest, just kind of a home buddy family person. Just wanted to stay fairly close to home. So that narrowed a lot of stuff down. And I visited like Oregon and Texas and a few other places, and I liked them, but it was just like, I knew it was too far. And then I visited Notre Dame a bunch of times, and I was like, I love Notre Dame, and I like, as a kid, like, you want to go to Notre Dame? It's like the coolest thing, it's Notre Dame. It has that tradition. They've had so many great players go through there, in every single sport. But like, I just knew, like, something I could feel in my gut. I was like, I'm not supposed to go there, so I picked Iowa. Legendary women's basketball coach Muffet McGraw actually retired the year before Clark started college basketball, but there were recruiting interactions. Nila Ivey took over beginning in the 2020-21 season. Iowa was really good at women's basketball before I went there too. Like, made a few Sweet 16s, made the Elite Eight, Clark said. Our coach had been there for quite a while, but they hadn't been to the Final Four since like 1992, so I wanted to go somewhere that was good, but like, maybe had it been like a blue blood per se in like quite a few years and kind of help them get back to that. And then it was obviously my home state too, and 2 hours from where I grew up, so perfect distance where like your parents can't show up, but also like you can go home. It just kind of all worked out perfect. And obviously, I made an okay decision and it worked out pretty well.